I think most people are just gonna go along with it, though. They're gonna go along with the globalist plan to depopulate the Earth. And, you know, at a certain point, it's like, well, if it's more convenient for them to meet their needs and get what they want, because let's understand, like humans, we all have the same basic needs, but once those basic needs are met, it's anybody's game. We don't all have the same wants. Some people just want that shitty fucking job for the rest of their lives. Some people, I would say actually a slim majority of people, consciously desire to be slaves. Right? So, once you establish that basic difference between us and them, then it's so easy to see just like whose side are you on. It's like you don't have to pester them. It's like, whose side are you on? Shit. Humanity, because usually they'll ask you, they're just like, well, you know, respect humanity and I respect individual humanity. Do I think that every fucking person should live the same amount of time? It's like, well, no, I don't. I mean, that's completely out of our control. Unless you get these fucking eugenics sickos in on some fucking huge life extending project. And you know, if it was that good, I might consider it. But I don't care. It's like, for all the people who lived before me had to go when they had to go. And usually under much like harsher conditions. I won't say worse all the time, because there were obviously times in America certainly where things were better. I mean, like, they were better for, you know, white people, but still. We pretty much established like the standard that we have now because we had privileged people who were willing to buy into the latest fucking, you know, refrigerator thing, and then that decided the market, and it's like, oh, these people like it, let's just, now they're gonna fund it so that we can make more shit. And that's how corporations are built, basically. I don't know any of this shit for a fact, by the way. It's like everything, it's like, oh, I'm not a scientist, but it's like, okay, shut the fuck up, bro. You wanna talk about science, but you don't know nothing about it? It's like, yeah, well, you're on Twitter too. Like, what, just because you have a different opinion means you're smarter than me or have more experience than me? I mean, like, you can put an MD on a fucking page, another MD on a page, and it's like, they'll fucking argue about the science. But people want to pretend like science is just this monolith, right? That like, the scientists all agree, or 90% of them agree in this direction, so that no outside opinion can even be entertained. I'm like, oh yeah, remember when that was successful? Like, I don't know, when people thought the world was flat? Like, literally most of the scientists, like, like before Galileo or whatever, not Galileo, but we used to, like before Galileo, all the scientists were in agreement that all the planets that the sun revolved around the Earth and not the other way around. That was the science, and you weren't allowed to question it, or you would get beheaded or burned at the stake for being a witch. The scientists before Columbus thought the Earth was fucking flat. Okay, so don't tell me about listen to the science, bro, or listen to the doctors. There's another one. Fucking lab coat equals smart. I'm fucking dumb and stupid, so I look to clean, shiny tools. And yeah, that guy knows so much more than me about everything. There are also different kinds of medicines too. It's like you have the pharmaceutical medicines, which has one science, and then you have like some fucking caveman. And then you have some fucking caveman in the woods, like picking mushrooms, and then one day he finds one that will like cure cancer. And so like there's one gardener lady who finds this out and tells her friends. And then like as soon as one of these pharmaceutical doctors finds out about the cavemen, then they all start talking about it, and then they go and report it to their high pharma elders, and then the elders send out goons to kill that caveman because it's like the whole ivermectin thing. It's like, no, we have competition, and so all the big pharma media, they go out and print stories about ivermectin being just a horse dewormer, and people get kidney failure from it or whatever after taking like 5 horse pills, which is like nobody's supposed to take to treat COVID anyway. But if you talk about that, you're anti-science. No, that is called fucking science, dipshit.